Why do students taking A-level physics quite often request the support of a tutor? Why isn't the college or class that they attend sufficient for them to get their highest grade in physics? I think it breaks down into a few different sort of groups of students. There's the students who have just done their GCSEs and making a start in year 12, and they're very aware, maybe from older siblings or from parents having conversations with other parents whose students have gone through A levels. This group are very aware that A levels are difficult, and to do very well in A levels, you need to do a lot of question practice and a lot of preparation. And that's very much the case with A-level physics. Students who do a good amount of question practice and have the support of a tutor will tend to make more rapid progress than those who don't do that question practice. So another group of students who might request the support of a tutor are students who've been through year 12 and are currently on a C or lower, and they really need to get that grade up to a B or an A or even an A star, really for their chosen university, their chosen course or career. And by this stage, they've realised that they need to do a substantial amount of work. And the most effective way to do that is by engaging the support of a tutor who can really identify the gaps and work with them to really build on what they've got already and really give them the support and guidance they need to make rapid progress in terms of their grade. There are other reasons for having tutoring. Sometimes students might have significant gaps in terms of attendance for various reasons, or they might have not really been paying much attention in year 12. Maybe they were distracted by other things that were going on. In that situation, the tutor can help to teach them the missing components to help them to get the best grade outcome. One further group I would mention would be students who perhaps haven't had the best teaching, and this is no criticism of teachers. I know from my own experience that teachers do a good job, but there is a shortage of physics teachers. This might be slightly controversial, but sometimes schools are in a position where they need to staff an A-level physics class, and they don't have the best teacher to hand for that job. So you can end up with teachers who are less experienced with A-level physics teaching it. They kind of can get across the content, but they don't have the depth of experience to really sort of help students from where they are currently up to a higher grade. And then possibly a further group might be students who are actually doing very well on their A-level physics. Maybe they are at around about an A grade, but they really want to push on and work towards A star. And those students have already realised, and they're already very hardworking students, and they've already realised that the more support that they can get from an experienced tutor, the better it's going to be for them. And they've also realised that A-level physics requires a lot of work, sort of consistent work and sustained question practice, really, over the course of the 2 years. So if you might be interested in my A-level physics group classes, then I have some further information below. If you click on the contact form link, it takes you to some further information about my group class program, and there's a contact form there as well, which would be the best way of getting in touch with me. I can then send you the full details.